People on the internet are rude sometimes for no reason. I disagree. I don't think anybody does anything for no reason. And this was an interaction that made me think like why does anybody do anything on the internet, right? Because they probably want entertainment. It seems like a more a better alternative than, sitting and staring at a wall or playing a video game or fucking whatever. So like, one thing that happens when you're on the internet is you can feel very validated for your opinions and your feelings and stuff. And one of the ways that you can do that is make critiques on things. So, I mean, already you're not coming from a place of like, where I feel like so many people are like, oh, that's just a guy who's bullying. He just wants to bully. I don't know, man. I don't think anybody like, well, I mean, I'm sure there are, but like, I feel like so few people are like, get out of bed every day and they're like, I'm going to bully today. Like, it just seems kind of cringe to me. But like, I think a big part of it is like, there is no intention. There's just kind of like, that's something that they can say and put out there into the world that holds weight, right? Because that's something that's worth posting, is if it's something that's on a high scale or whatever. So I think that like, that's something to like keep in mind when, you feel like somebody has said something to you on the internet that feels like, wow, why the fuck would you say something like that? First of all, some people aren't very self-aware. You got to admit it. You've probably done things that were a little bit tone deaf and not fully self-aware either, right? So like, don't pretend like you're above that, because most likely you're not. You might be nicer to people. You might be somebody who like exercises like public decency, but there might be other things that you don't quite understand, and that's okay. Like, I feel like the difference is like when you say things that are like hurtfully critical, you'll have this with a lot of people who are like, oh, just don't be so fucking sensitive then. It's like, it's the difference between like going to like a gym in like a boxing ring to get punched in the chest or get punched in the chest while I'm fucking walking to McDonald's. It's like, if you're going to be really like potentially painfully critical, it needs to be solicited. I wouldn't say they intend to bully and say hurtful things who are doing because they can. I don't think so. I really think a big part of it comes from, it's a form of power that they can put forward. I don't know if put forward is the right word. Like, exploit? Maybe. Get the word sensitive? Well, like, you want to be sensitive. You don't want to be insensitive. Like, the whole point of life is to experience a good life, right? That's what every fucking neuron in our body strives for. Everything that we do is either to take something good now or do something that sucks right now so that we can have better later. Better, good. That's what we're trying to strive for. And at a certain point, I do believe a lot of it does come down to, oh, piece of shit. A lot of it does come down to the whole negative attention is attention too. And at a certain point, like, if what you want is attention, which if you're posting online, you are. I mean, you can be one of those artists who I just posted online for me, like, you want feedback. You want good feedback, right? I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, but like, I mean, does that make sense? People are insensitive to others' feelings, especially more online. Well, yeah, the anonymity of it is, definitely helps somebody, feel better about just saying, fuck it, I'll just say whatever the fuck I want. But yeah, people are miserable. They tend to push that onto others to help themselves feel better and like they have control. I don't even think they have to be miserable for that. I think it just feels good. It feels good when you can manipulate the world in a way that makes you feel like you have a purpose. What if you post to private Twitter to vent feelings because you can't afford therapy? Is that for attention? Yeah, because I feel like then people have their friends follow their private Twitter. Otherwise, fucking journal. Like, why do you have to put, like, if you're putting it on a thing like Twitter, like if you don't want people to see it, don't fucking post it on Twitter. Even if it's locked, like just fucking write it down somewhere. Get a Dailyo, fucking buy a journal, write it down. Shit. Misery loves company, as they say. I've never heard them say that, but an interesting thought. You'll never have to say it to your face, so fuck it. I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of this shit that, like, screams to me like, oh, they're just jealous. And, like, everybody knows that that's usually bullshit when people say that. Like, oh, you're just jealous. When they say those things, they just wish they were you. Like, no. They wish they were better than me. That's what everybody wishes, If you're competitive in any fucking regard, you wish you were better than other people. Fuck my dickhole. I think that's, like, the thing, right? Is just, if you are better than other people, you are given better things. And one way that people do something to get a leg up on somebody else or feel better than somebody else is to put somebody else down, right? I don't think that's 100% of that situation, though, you know? I think a big part of it comes from people want to feel like they have a purpose on this fucking rock, you know? And purpose comes from doing something that has value. And critiquing something that is permanent on somebody's body, that has a lot of power. That has a lot of value, you know? Especially if somebody's just like, hey guys, like, what do you think of this thing I just fucking plastered on my body and will have until I'm fucking decomposing in the ground or fucking up in flames during a Viking funeral? Hopefully that one. That's anybody watching after I'm dead. Fucking Viking funeral? I know it's expensive, but come on, GoFundMe or something. Twitter seems like the worst place to vent feelings, honestly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you post to a private Twitter, I could see it if, like, okay, like, you have a public Twitter and there's something about posting to Twitter that, like, allows you to, like, get these things off your chest or something. Maybe it's, like, comfortable for you. I feel like that's a really niche reason. Keep thinking about how there are days that I lived where I interacted with no one. Like, I could just not exist and no one would know during that day. Yeah. I honestly think that that's, like... I think that's a grass is greener situation for a lot of people that feel like they're so important that people are just constantly bugging them all the fucking time. You know? Sounds miserable to me. Yeah. I mean, those people wish they could have those days where they just exist. Don't talk to anybody. And, you know, like, I think a lot of people think that that's what they want. And really what they want is they want to interact with people at exactly the rate that they want to interact with people. Because if it's too much, it's too much. If it's too little, it's too little, right? But when you're too far on one side, you think you want the extreme other side. I thought I did well in isolation until I was isolated. I think a lot of people share that idea. At some point, I just need separation. Yeah, I don't think anybody's truly 100% introverted or 100% extroverted, right? Everybody needs to refill. The whole idea of introvert, extrovert, I think, you know, besides like Myers-Briggs and shit, is like, what's the thing, like how you decide if you're an introvert or extrovert depends on which one fills you up and which one takes away. Like, which one gives you energy? Do you get energy from being alone, or do you get energy from being around a crowd of people? What do you need to do the other, right? So for a lot of people, like, a lot of people need to just like, oh man, I gotta get out, I gotta go to a club, I gotta fucking hang out with friends, I have to go, you know, watch a movie, something with other people, you know? And then they can be isolated, right? Other people need the other way around. They need, and I'm sure a lot of you guys feel this, where like, you need a lot of time to kind of be isolated before you can recharge and be ready to see other people. And either one is fine. It helps to know which one gives you energy and which one needs energy. For me, I'm both. I definitely kind of follow that line where it really depends on the day, because a lot of the time I really do like being around people and like party and stuff like that, but I can't do that forever, especially for like conventions, right? Like there's definitely times where it's just like, all right, like I definitely want to like see other people, but like I got to be in my hotel room and just fucking just vegetate for however long I need. Because sometimes like I feel like at a convention they're much more different. It's different than the people that you just hang out with at home, right? And that's like a whole other side of it. It's just like it's not just as simple as like I like talking to people or I don't. I like talking to people when I'm in the mood to talk to people. Yes. And that's what I think I'm getting at, is like I feel like we always want some like way to like label people, like this person, you're a this person or you're a this person, because you're like, I definitely relate. Look at like horoscopes and, you know, to a much lesser degree, Myers-Briggs, or to an even more lesser degree, you know, not much more, 5 personalities, BuzzFeed quizzes, whatever. Everybody's always interested in like, what's my label? What do other people think about me? What can I do so that I can, you know, fucking figure out what I am now and what I'm strong at and make a decision later? I don't fucking know. That's why we're numerology. That's why we're so fucking like interested in that shit. Which Avenger are you? Yeah. Which Bomberman are you? Are you John? Because if not, you're not Bomberman. No! No, you bye-bye. Oh, what the fuck? All right. Fuck it.